This jolly old fella goes by the name Chris. His suit of red velvet, an iconic fit.
Good evening, and thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you very much for doing that. It's an honor, it's a privilege, it's a pleasure to have you all here tonight. We appreciate you more than you know. Hot chocolate? No, it's coffee. Coffee. Nope, it's hot coffee. I got hot coffee. Ken, how are you? Sounds like you had a busy day today, yourself. Got to see if I look good. You know, it's important to look good on the camera. So if you're new to us, if you're catching us on the replay, make sure you give us a thumbs up, a big old shout out. Subscribe to the channel, and please leave your $5 million donation at the door. Oh, anytime. One of these days, you're going to have to send me a link to yours, and I'll pop up on yours one of these days. Oh, I got to turn my battery back on so I don't run my phone down and all of that. Every once in a while, I'm going to do StreamYards again, you know, like I did last night, just for, you know, a change of pace. I think doing different things all the time is actually a good thing. Tim is in the house. Our good friend Tim, all the way from the land of the Philippines, in the house. Hello, how are you? I'm having coffee. It's 10 o'clock at night. My wife messaged me about some, I don't get it. I don't know, sometimes I don't understand what women are asking. I asked for a clarification and I still don't understand. So I just gave up and said, I'll wait until she gets home. I'm supposed to get a box big enough for a piece of A4 paper, which I have no clue what that is, to either fit inside of or not to fit. I didn't quite understand. I asked for clarification and I really didn't get any. I didn't get any. So I thought, whatever, I don't care. When she gets home later on tonight, she will more than likely tell me what she meant. So good to see you, Tim. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. It is windy and cold here, 40 degrees, kind of rainy-ish. Oh, I went out and all of that good stuff. 41 degrees. It's been really windy the last week or so here. So, weather kind of sucky. Been trying to get caught up on some things myself. Let's see. I was going to check something here on the internet. Alabama is leading, Oklahoma 27-24. Apparently it's a very good game. So, and the college playoffs have kicked off. Alabama was down quite a bit, but now they're fighting their way back. They're up by 3. Oklahoma's got the ball. Interesting. I try to watch it, but my antenna's not that strong. So I'm too cheap to buy cable television anymore. I mean, I do have Hulu, you know, and I don't know, some other crap, but I don't have cable, and apparently sometimes my antenna doesn't go very far. Let me see where I'm at. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. Have I ever said how much I enjoy and love government websites? The government's watching, Tim. The government's listening to us, Tim. You know what? You guys aren't talking to me, so I don't need to wear earbuds. I have to learn this. If nobody's speaking back to me, I don't need to have headphones in. I'm a strange duck, Tim. Maybe I'm part of the government websites. I don't know, man. Is there anything that you need us to help you with, Tim? You know, if there is, let me know. And that goes for all expats. You know, we're in America right now. If there is anything that we can do for you while you're in the Philippines, you know, we're happy to try to do our best to help anybody. You know, if anybody ever wanted a special balikbayan box, we could probably manage that endeavor. Especially if we got 4 or 5 expats saying, man, I really need to have, you know, French's yellow mustard, you know, in 3 months. Tim says, oh, Ken says, I'm drinking hot coffee myself. Woo, you just want to be like me, man. That's all I'm saying. Hello, Brother David from Pat. Pat, how are you, my friend? How's it going? You been having a good day today? I'm behind on things, I feel like. Not behind on getting the live going, but, you know, I've been meaning to check some channels out. I've been trying to make some new friends. But I keep running into these damn new friends that want to come here and make friends, and then when you go to their channel, all they're doing is a stupid, dorky live stream where they're showing something. I don't know, it's just weird. I'll take one. Yeah, it's been windy here too, man. Caden is in the house. Caden says, you know what? I am so excited to be on your channel. It's the best YouTube channel I've ever ran across in the entire world. And I am using my tablet because my phone is not working. Caden, we're happy to have you, whether you're on your tablet or your phone. I'm actually on my phone and my computer. I waited 3 weeks for a password from the website just for them to tell me I have to call on the telephone. Well, there you go. That's government 101. American government, Philippine government, all government 101, right? I'm wearing a pretty flowered shirt tonight. I think it's clean. I found it in the closet, so I'm assuming it's clean. So, I understand. You know, I realized the other day that thinking of government websites, I've been doing my taxes all wrong. So this year I'm going to try something different in my taxes. Pat saying, hello, Brother Tim. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Everybody say hello to Caden. Caden said hello to everybody. Everybody said hello to each other. Give us a thumbs up, shout out, hit the little buttons, double tap, all of that stuff. I'm trying to find more and more YouTube channels for me to watch. I really am. And this is not to be mean to anybody, but I really am trying to get out there and find YouTube channels worth watching. And maybe people don't think mine's worth watching, which is okay. But I'm struggling. I gotta admit, I'm kind of struggling with interesting YouTube channels. I don't know why I'm struggling to go, oh, well, this is an interesting channel. I should, you know. Oh, you got to set up a Viber call before the end of the month. Oh, man, all right. I didn't even know they still had Viber out. I know, what's the phone call service? Pat, pay attention. What do you guys use? We use Messenger, but isn't there another app that you guys all use to make phone calls with now? Pat, does anybody else know Ken? Any luck on changing your name, Ken says. Oh, for Patrick. Yeah, it's a good question. Pat, did you try to change your name? I'm going to go out on a limb, Ken. I'm sorry I didn't see that earlier. I don't think that's possible because it's your Google address, email address, and if you change it, you'd have to start all over again. That's my assumption. You can change your YouTube channel name easily, but not the email associated with that. I'm assuming. Tim says a few of the sites have shut down. All right. I saw today where Danny Bonagino, is how you pronounce his name? He's going to step down from the FBI in January. to spend more time at home, I guess. Apparently it's been hard on his marriage and his relationship, so he's going to be resigning, so they're going to be getting a new one of those. I also saw where we have downgraded marijuana. So I don't know if you know what that means, the schedule, the classification of marijuana in America. So it's been, I've got to remember my numbers. I think it's been a Schedule 3 narcotic like heroin and everything else. Or a Schedule 1. It's either, I don't know how the system works, whether it's, ascending or descending. But they've lowered or changed the classification of marijuana in America to allow it to be much, much easier for drug companies to do research on. Because apparently it's really hard to do research on Schedule 3 drugs or better, like the heroines and cocaines. Really hard. But level 1 drugs, if that's what the number is real simple. It's like aspirin, It doesn't really affect marijuana laws anywhere in the state. It doesn't affect federal law. All it does is just reclassifies it. Now, it may help with the court systems. Now that the marijuana has been changed, maybe it's no longer a narcotic, which means these people that are getting arrested for a little bit of marijuana aren't being treated the same as they got a little bit of cocaine. Tim says, hello, Patrick. So that's happened the last couple of days, if you guys didn't know. I'm not for sure the fallout of that. I don't see anything wrong with it, coming from an academic background. Research is crucial. And the fact that it is so damn hard to do research on things, this makes it easier to do research on marijuana. I think that's great, or THC. I think it's fantastic. I also think it's the beginning step to legalize it in about 5 years. I think if you wait 5 years, marijuana will be legalized in America and taxed by the federal government. If Trump has it his way, I don't think he doesn't like drugs at all. He said, but if Trump saw that there was enough tax incentive to legalizing marijuana, if he could make enough money from the taxation of marijuana, I think it would be legalized tomorrow. So, yeah, and I'm sure that's where we're going. We're going there. But this is a gigantic first step. So now they can do medical studies with marijuana. They can do trial studies. They can give it to cancer patients and do medical studies this way now. Trial studies. There's a lot they can do with it now versus having to sneak it in. Kid says, Pat, we had bone-chilling winds this morning, but they calmed down by the mid-afternoon, and we did get a tiny bitty trace of snow. So, not too bad, not too bad. We just high winds here, man. My wind chimes outdoors are going bonkers. A little doggy door swings back and forth, so not too bad. Lily and I went outside for a little while today when it was 50 degrees. She wanted to go outside and bark at the other whatever's in the sky. Our little dog, I don't know what she's barking at. So yes. I talked to my brother today. That was nice. Christmas is coming next week, apparently, right? Does anybody know when Christmas is? Let me look. Christmas is Thursday. All right. Thursday's Christmas. Everybody needs to remember that. Tim, I want you to remember that. So it's on the 25th, as always. No wind here, but the air quality index is not good again. And we need to get you a really good air purifier for your house. We bought one when we were living in the Philippines. I brought it back to America with me. I don't even know where it is. I put it up somewhere. Lorelai's kind of irritated with me. We have a dog toy somewhere in this house for Lily. And we've had it for a couple of years. It's just been in my closet. I got a closet behind me. You see me? See that guy? There's a closet back there, a big closet. That's where I kind of store all of my stuff. And she's like, oh, I want to give the Lily this dog toy that's in this box, blah, blah, blah. So you need to find it. So I've spent the last 2 days digging through everything trying to find this damn thing, and I can't find it. So, which made me think of, I don't know where I put the air purifier. Because it's like, this big. I don't know where it is. It has to be somewhere in this house. Okay. I will say, I had somebody steal some bottle openers. I'm really irritated. I bought 6, I know this is crazy, really good heavy-duty professional grade bar grade bottle openers for like beer bottles and such. Bought 6 of them. I keep one outside because they don't rust. They're designed not to rust. I keep one outside. And I had the other 6 in a drawer in the kitchen where the silverware was stacked up. They come in cardboard. They're gone. So somebody over the summer at these parties pocketed my bottle openers. Yeah, made me think of that. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe we need... Tim, maybe we need to get you an N95 respirator, a mask, a respirator, and just drill a hole through it so that you can smoke through the mask. Maybe that would help, But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Ken says, to me, thank you for stopping by earlier tonight. Happy to do it. Ken runs I don't know how Ken does his stuff. It's like through StreamYard, not through StreamYard, but shit. I have squishy brain, so give me a minute. From the coma I was in, I used to use it when I taught school for business meetings. Zoom, right? So Ken uses like Zoom to do live streams with. Yeah, Zoom. And isn't there a money app called Zoom with an X? Does that still exist? Hopefully Lorelai will get home later. She's got to cook biscotti for the Christmas party tomorrow, so we'll probably be up late. Oh, your live stream is ran by OBS. Then why are you using, what's the Zoom component? What's the Zoom component? And maybe I should have asked you when you were live so you could explain it, but. Eagle Fighting is in the house, sir. You're from the USA. Yes, we are from the USA. Thank you for coming in. I subscribe to your channel, by the way, so thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. We are in the United States. My wife is from the Philippines. And my good looks just come from, I don't know, luck. Everybody said hello to Eagle Fighting. Good to have you. Thank you for being here. Zoom allows, most of the effects are done by DaVinci. Okay. Zoom allows us to get all together and stare at each other. So it's the same thing as StreamYard. Yeah, I know that's what we used to do with Zoom as a professional. I just didn't know you could broadcast it live on the internet. But then again, I haven't used Zoom in years from a business standpoint. So, you know what I mean? I didn't know you could broadcast it. So StreamYard, I find, is quite easy to use. Sir, your wife is in the Philippines now? No, my wife is Filipina. She is. And in case she's listening, she is, by the way, the most beautiful Filipina that ever came out of the Philippines. Just want to clarify. But no, we both live here in the United States currently. My wife is at work. Ken says another one just settles on Zoom. Okay. I've tried StreamYard. I like StreamYard. I've used it a bunch. I find it real easy. Sometimes I forget how it works because I don't use it. I used it last night for the first time in a long time. So sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh, yeah. Scotty was helping me out there telling me, no, you forgot to push that button. So, but it's easy to use. It's clean. I like it. So, yep, my wife is at work. She's trying to make money. She's a hardworking young lady. I married her so that she would go to work and get a job and make me rich. That's the only reason I married her. It was. Oh, yeah. How about you, Eagle Fighting? Tell us a little bit about you. You know, are you in America? Are you in the Philippines? Are you in some other country? So tell us a little bit. What would you like to share about yourself to all of us wonderful people here in the chat? Because we want to get to know you better. We do. We want to get to know you. We're here to answer questions. We don't shy away from any topic. We just don't make fun of people, and we don't, talk bad about children in any way, shape, or form, any of that stuff. And pretty much everything else is on the table. Pat says, that's right. We do try to be uplifting somewhat. A lot of people think my channel is kind of uplifting and happy and positive, which I think is a good thing. It's one thing I try to do. Now, I do go off the rails sometimes. Sometimes we drive this whole bus down into the ditch, and we get really muddy and dirty, and we can't get out of the ditch. So that happens. There are times that I get on a soapbox, and I will give somebody probably more of a lecture than they actually needed. But that happens. So Pat knows that all too well. Pat, do you think Doggy Boy is mad at me? I haven't seen him since the last time. So have you heard from Doggy Boy, Pat? I figured he's probably mad at me now. So, because I kind of came down hard on him. Oh, I got another. I can't wait. I'm going to show you this when it comes in. I got another really cool gift coming in the mail from a corporation. I tell you guys, because I'm really honest. Yes, I'm an e-beggar. I would take all the money you want to give me, especially if it's $5 million bucks. But we don't make a lot of money off of YouTube. We do make enough to pay the internet bill. That's about it. But for some reason, I get a lot of companies that reach out to me and say, hey, we make this. Can we send you one and you just tell us what you think of it? And I go, well, it depends on what it is. And I go, well, yeah, okay. Now, nobody has sent me like a car or a nice fishing boat or a beach house, but they send me shit. So I got a company that's sending me something. Should be here Saturday, tomorrow, maybe Sunday. And I'm going to hook it up in my office, and I'm going to try to share it with you guys to see what you guys think of it. And you can tell me, I'm going to show it, and you guys can help me kind of decide if we like it or not, so I can report back to the company and see if it's cool or not. We already have 2 of these. One is for my teaching days, so it's really old, but functions very, very well. And another one we got a few years ago. Somebody gave us one. Let me get caught up here. Pat says, that's right. I can drive most buses. I used to have a bus driver's license, believe it or not. I haven't heard from him. I think I scared him, made him sad. I have a tendency to scare people away, Pat. So I kind of lectured him a little hard the other night. So he might be going, man, woohoo, Alabama is up 34-24. I want Alabama to win because, I hate Oklahoma. No other reason. I think Oklahoma's a bunch of booger heads. So we want tonight's game, Alabama to win. Yes. But there you go. That's the latest, right? So what you want me to tell you what it is? What it is? They're projectors. Now, you may be asking, and I'll get it here, and we'll do a live stream about it. You may be asking, well, what the big deal is. I have one that is God. I've been retired for 11 years. Shit, that's 15 years old, and it still works. But it's not Bluetooth. It's not internet. It's an old, big-time, high-quality projector that I bought when I was doing private consulting work. And I would take it in my laptop, and I'd go to these companies and put on teaching lessons. So I got one. I've had it for years. Been using them for years. Now, a couple of years ago, we had a company that sent us a cheaper one, and we've used, Lorelei likes to use it for Halloween to project ghosts. But it's not Bluetooth or internet either, but it works okay. It's like a $100 one. It's in her office over there, and This one they're sending me though is like for an $780 projector. It does internet. It has the apps built in like Hulu and all of those, I think. It does Bluetooth. So I'm going to put it here in my office right behind you guys and project it on this big wall I have. And I'm going to see if I can't read the chat. So my computer monitor right here is really big and it's bright. And I've got it turned down as much as I can because it's too bright. So I've thought about if I could project the chat up on the wall, it'd make me easier that I can sit back and just read the chat. And maybe we can watch TV while we're doing it. I don't know. Tim says, Texas doesn't have gravity. It's just that Oklahoma sucks. There you go. There you go. I've just never been a fan of Oklahoma. You know, I know there's a few nice places in Oklahoma geographically. You know, but Oklahoma just doesn't feel, I don't know, feels like an afterthought. You know, it feels like it belongs to Texas and Arkansas. To me, it feels like Oklahoma, most of it should belong to Texas and some of it should belong to us. And it shouldn't be there. That's my point. It shouldn't be there. But now, Oklahoma people will probably come on here and light me up and say, oh, you're horrible, you Oklahoma hating, tea drinking mutter utter. But what do we know? So I'm really excited about this new projector. I hope it's good because I want to give them, you know, an honest feedback. And they don't want it back. I just play with it and use it. And I'll use it for a couple of weeks hard. And then I email them back and say, hey, here's what I think about your product. Here's how I would improve it. So it happens to me a lot. HTRN48, which is Henry, is in the house. He says, hello, everybody. It is so good to be on this outstanding live stream. The best one ever on the internet. Man, I am so excited to be here. Well, thank you, Henry, for all those kind words. See, that's the good thing on my YouTube channel. You don't got to blow smoke up my ass. I'll do it for you. You know, I'll be happy to do it for you. Did you get moved, Henry? Are you still working on your move or did you get moved? I should get one of those little fans out. Mike and Venus. Oh my. How are you, Mikey and Venusy? Mike and Venus, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. Let me see if I can figure out what this one is. We'll just say Sits. Probably will pronounce your name horribly wrong, so please don't be offended. I'm just going to call you Sits for short, all right? Because I'd rather be dumb than dumber than dumb. But thank you for being here. I think we connected earlier. So say hi to everybody. If you don't know each other, subscribe to each other. We're not a grow channel, but we still want you to do that. Say hello to each other. Mike, how are you? What's going on in the Philippines? When Texas was made, they made Oklahoma with damaged parts. All right. Doing good, my friend. I'm doing good. I am a sexy man. I'm doing good. Hello, Brother Mike. Pat says, still working on moving, but hopefully next week I'll be all moved in. Nice. I need to get that little pen. Hold on. You guys stare at my picture for a second. Right. I'm back whether you like it or not. I got these the other day. I want to show you some technology. I got them on clearance there. At Walmart, they sell for $17. Well, you're going to take my word. And I got them on clearance for $3. And I bought one. Yes, I know they're pink. But all those live streams... What happened? Am I still alive? Am I still on here, or did Lorelei kick me off by calling me? Kid says, Mike and Venus, good morning to ya. So, I do all those outdoor live streams and my phone overheats a lot. So I got this to strap onto my mobility scooter to help me keep my phone cool. It's a little fan with claws, like a tripod thingy, but it also clips. And then it says only $3. Then I got one for my dog Lily. I can put on her little stroller, right, when I take her out, and I can tape it on there. And, it works. Battery's at 83%. Oh, that's nice. I'm so hot. I'm so hot. Evan's in the house. I am back. How you doing? Everybody say hello to Evan. Evan, I got a new little fan. You like it? So, it kind of swivels. It has 3 speeds. Not that you guys care. Can you hear it? I bought 2 of these for $3 each. They were on clearance. I wouldn't have paid $17. You got to be kidding me. Because I can mold this like to the handlebar, see? And make it hold on to things. That's why we got them. And my office is a little hot today, so it's a perfect time to try it out. Because I don't want to turn the big fan on. You feel much cooler now. That little sucker puts out good air. But, my phone was overheating so much outdoors, and I know I have a cover on it and everything. And so I thought I really needed to get some way to kind of cool the phone down when I do outdoor stuff. Just drink cold beer to cool down? Well, it's too late in the night to drink cold. It's too cold to drink cold beer. Hey, Ken, how are you? From young Mike and his lovely woman, Venus, who puts up with him. So, yeah, I don't know. But I got to admit, that puts off a lot of air. Holy crap. For $3, oh, look, it even has one of these hooky things. It's a hooker. You guys want to see a hooker? It's a hooker. Hey, Tim. Hello, Mike. So, Venus, what are you doing in the Philippines? We're waiting for Lorelei to come home. She's got to cook biscotti for her Christmas party she's going to tomorrow, which I'm not going to. I stand my ground. Hello, Henry from Tim. Yeah, I just fingered a hooker, didn't I? Huh. Man, that works pretty well. For $3, woohoo! I'm too cheap to pay full price for almost anything, not even hookers. I'm like Mike. I got to go to Thailand and get the discounted ones. Henry says, hello, Tim and everybody. So, Henry, what have you been up to besides trying to move your house? Anything exciting in Mississippi? Ew, Mike. Yeah, well, Mike knows where those fingers go. Evan. How's Evan in the background there? Everybody giving me a thumbs up, I hope. Thank you for that. Don't mention me. I've never done such. Well, not what I hear. I'm the only good one. That's what I keep telling my wife. I'm the only good one in the house. Me. I'm the best one. Then it's Lily. Well, before it was me, my dog Daisy, who's dead. Man, it still drives me crazy. My dog's gone. And Lily. Then it was me, Daisy, Lily, then Lorelei. Mike says hello to ya. No, just packing, cleaning, and be glad to get moved. All right, nice. Yeah, I understand that. It's always a pain in the butt to move. I mean, that's why I'm trying to figure out our next move to make it easier. I'm working ahead of time, I can ever buy that winning lottery ticket, then, I can hire people to come in and boss them around and make them move me. So, but we'll have to see. There's a lot of things going on in the housing market here in America. Hopefully some of it for good. The interest rates are coming down, by the way. We're getting a new chairman, a new Fed chair coming up. They're also talking about some new things coming out for the housing market. We don't know what they are, but they've been teasing us that it's going to make it better for buyers. I don't know if it helps sellers or not, but we'll have to see. Henry says, I've lost count on how many times I've moved over the years. Me too. I don't think I've ever tried to count. Lorelai was keeping score for a long time. Because when I first married her, I had one, we should have kept that house. We should have never moved. But I didn't know how long it was going to take for all of my money to kick in. And it was a very expensive house, very big house. And so I sold it and made a bunch of money because I didn't know how long my money was going to take. And my disability was so cut and dry, I got it like that. So I should have never sold that house. Mike says, everything is also moving towards being on blockchain. What do you mean by blockchain, Mike? What do you mean by that word? Real estate included. Yeah, the only thing I don't know, one thing I'm a little checking in on is how the new rules apply. How the crypto moves, yeah, maybe. But if they can get interest rates way back down, in the low fives or under the fives, it'd be really good for the market. Because there's a lot of factors contributing to things. And, one of the reasons I don't want to sell this house because my interest rate is so low. Because if I moved today and bought the equivalent house with the current interest rate, I would probably pay $250 extra a month. And I don't want to do that. The government's moving towards crypto. Maybe. I could see some of that. I bought some penny stock the other day, Mike. I ran across a little thing about some penny stocks. So I liked one of them and went, all right, I'm going to drop some coin on this and buy this penny stock. And it's already gone up 20%. I bought it at I think it's 20%. I bought it at 9 cents a share, and I think it closed today like at 12 cents a share. Or is that a third or fourth? Maybe that's 25%. So we'll see how that goes. But that was my big financial move of the week, buying some penny stock. And I got some money set aside to buy some more. So I'm looking for some other penny stock to buy. I know it can be a big gamble. You can lose your total investment or you can make big. Who knows? Yes. Encapsulates. We do too. We do that. We don't buy crypto directly either. So we don't buy anything. We're poor. I forgot. Oh, it comes with the power cord too. We're too poor to afford things. We're not like Mike and Venus in the Philippines. Rich. We're not like Henry who just bought a new house. Tim who, I don't know what Tim has bought lately. Tim who's been fighting with the government websites. So, not rich. All right. We see that gold watch you wear and those gold chains and that diamond earring and we see that BMW out in the parking lot there at your house in the Philippines. We see all of that. Henry says, I really don't know anything about crypto. I don't know enough to invest in it directly. So I don't know that. I really don't. I don't know enough to invest in it, and so I won't. Back in 40 years, you might be able to sell it and get a nice lunch. Well, you never know. I mean, it's already up, 25%. I bought it at 9 and it closed at 12. Hey, I'm a genius. Mercedes, and I'm talking about in the Philippines, man, in the Philippines. I see that fancy car sitting outside that prison gate you have at your house. I always like to tease Mike when he does his live streams. It looks like he's sitting in prison. He's in the Philippine prison system. No parking lot here. Yes. Looking for a new old car. Nice. What kind of new old car are you going to get? I thought about buying one the other day. I really did. I almost traded Lorelei's car in for a Lincoln. And then I just decided to buy Purple Mattress, which is what we have. We love Purple mattresses, by the way. So I went on their website and I found that they make pads for the car seats. And so I bought a set for the car, a Purple mattress that you put on the car seat. Now, I can't use it until Christmas because apparently it's my gift. It's my Christmas gift from Lorelei, even though I bought it. So instead of buying a new car and having to pay taxes and getting new tags and all that, we just bought some seat cushions for Lorelei's car. Mike likes that. Maybe an old El Camino. Yes. Yeah, we've all talked about the El Camino would be cool if they would remake it. There's so many cool, even, all these concept cars. Mike says, I had a 76 El Camino. Yeah, my grandfather had one that was the blue, the dark blue and the light blue, or the dark blue and gray. So, but we almost bought a Lincoln. Almost traded her car in for a Lincoln, Aviator. No, Nautilus. But, I could just get some seat cushions and maybe do okay. Just save me the hassle of, new tags, new insurance, it just made more sense. And I want to just kind of, really, I had a 77 and a 72. Nice. I don't remember. I think my grandfather's was a 78, if I remember right. And I like the El Ranchos, the original El Ranchos, the little square ones. 400 small block. You had 400 small blocks in your car? It'd be hard to fit all of those. These girls are going crazy on YouTube. Not YouTube. Man, they're blowing up Facebook Messenger. They got that big party tomorrow. They all need to go to bed and go to sleep. Instead, they're over here going, I built mine for more power. Henry says, so do I. I like luxury. I'm not a power guy. I'm a cruiser. The motorcycle I had was a big cruiser. I like cruising, not power. Nice big camshaft, rumpy sounds. You could also just drill holes in the exhaust pipe and make those rumpy sounds too. Sounds like what I did in my 48 Mercury. Only feels like 93 at 1230. Woohoo! I wish it felt like 93 here. I know that's rough there with the heat index or the air quality index. Sorry. But man, hell, I would, I don't know. I don't know what I had to go outside today for something. Yesterday, I had to go find my trash can. I told you guys about that mystery, how my trash can disappeared this week. I don't know why I went outside today. I really don't know. I had a custom exhaust camshaft, make it a true muscle car sound. Header straight with glass packs. Nowadays what you can do is you can get they can put a computer in your car and speakers, and you can make that whole muscle car sound just by turning a knob. People apparently are doing that on electric cars. Did you know that? They're putting speakers and running an engine sound on electric cars. So you can do that, be cheaper. You know, save a little money for your honey. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't, I'm just not into buying cars. I mean, I guess when I win the lottery this week, the lottery's over $1 billion, right? So I got to go get my lottery ticket, and I'm going to win that. And when I win that, yeah, I will probably buy some cool cars. But now I'm too poor and I don't drive enough here in Arkansas. I haven't even driven my truck in probably 6 weeks. Yeah, I haven't driven the truck in about 6 weeks. I might have to go out there and start it just to make sure it starts. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll drive it Sunday. We got some errands to run on Sunday. Mike says the 2015 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack had a valve system in the exhaust so it could open and close, computer controlled. That was fast. 392 Hemi, 6.4 liters. Yes. Yeah, my neighbor had one like that. Yeah. We heard it all the time. We've been working on a baby shower. We're getting ready to have a baby shower in January. January the 10th is a baby shower here at our house, and I'll tell you a couple of funny things. The people who's having the baby, not me, of course, it's their baby shower, their first baby. They've got some decorations, and I told them the other day, I said, why don't you send me pictures of your decorations so I know how to arrange our house, how to build upon your decorations, what you have so that we make it look nice, because, I'm only a hobo on Tuesdays. Yeah, I haven't driven the motorcycle in almost 5 years. Wow. Mike says he had a custom tune fast as I ever had. Ah, nice. Henry says, I haven't opened up the Mercury because I'm still trying to break in the motor instead of breaking the motor. No, I wish I had all the money I spent on cars. Yeah, I agree with that. No, I agree. So our friend sent pictures, and I looked at them and I went, that looks like really cheap decorations for baby showers. I told Lorelai, I said, look, I know this is what they want, but all these people are coming to our house for a baby shower. I don't want these guests to think that we, Lorelai and I, put on that shitty of a baby shower. So we've been working the last couple of days on selecting decorations. We got to go Sunday and order a baby cake, and we're getting the menu set up because I'm like, man, I can't be embarrassed. I don't like babies, but I can't have all these people in my house and think we don't know how to have a damn baby shower in America. So we've been working on that. We got to go Sunday and make a cake or design a cake. So that's more money out of my pocket. Lorelai's birthday is in the spring. She turns 40. She's having a small party here at the house, I think. I don't know what she's doing. And she's buying another very expensive gift. So we're going to be broke in 2026. 2026 is the year of the broke. The year of the broke. I don't like babies, but you're a big baby. It's right. I am. Well, but I think it's just, respectful. They're from the Philippines. And so they're having, I don't know, it's just like dollar store decorations. And I appreciate the fact that they didn't, and I'm like, oh, man. No, we got to do better than that. We can't have people coming here thinking that Lorelai and I are shitty people putting on a baby shower from Dollar Tree. So, Pat says, yes, I get it, yeah. You know what I mean? We got to elevate the food. So we're going to buy some stuff from Sam's Club. We're going to make some food. We got ribs. I don't want anyone in my house other than my girly friend. Yeah, I understand that. If I was single, I was kind of that way. When I was single, well, I had a lot of parties when I was single because I was still single. But I'm okay with that now too, Tim. I don't really want people here, but if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. We're going to do it to where people walk. And it's like, I even told Lorelai, I said, look, I know you guys haven't planned for this, but we got to get everybody who's coming here a gift bag. So they're going to get a goodie bag for being here. It's just a thank you bag. And you also got to come up with some games and activities for the baby shower. Mike says, my house used to be the party house. They don't think that, they know that, yes. Back when I was in my late 20s and divorced. All right. Yeah, my house, when I met Lorelai, had a big swimming pool and saltwater pool and pergola and beautiful. We had a lot of parties at that house. So we got to get the food organized. It's a lot. We're probably going to drop a good chunk of money for their baby shower, but we need to make it look nice. I found something really cool. I know I found a onesie that said Mom and Dad's Little Lumpia, and has pictures of Lumpia on the onesie for their baby. So, because they're both Filipino. Yep, I had a 20 by 40 pool myself. Yeah, ours is big. And then we had the pergola, the barbecue area, the other outdoor seating areas. We had a big grassy area. So a lot of the Filipinos would come and put their mats down and hang out in the grass. So, all right, everybody say goodbye to Ken. Ken's going to go watch Hawaii TV. How are you watching Hawaii TV, by the way? If you're watching it on Alabama did beat Oklahoma, right? Yes, it looks like they beat Oklahoma. Are you doing it off the antennae? Later, Ken. Oh, streaming. All right. Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay. Streaming. All right. That's nice. Alabama won. Alabama came back and put them scummy ass Oklahoma Sooners in the ground. Spanked them. Sent them home. But yeah, we had people get really mad at us when Lorelai and I first got married, because we had a lot of people. We had one set of really good friends at the time that I grew up with that got mad at us because they used to come to the house all the time and have parties and swim, or they would just come over and swim on the weekend, and I didn't mind because I was single. It didn't bother me. But after I got married to Lorelai, I told him, I said, well, look, you got to ask Lorelai. She lives in this house now. You can't just show up. You got to, gotta prove it through Lorelai because she lives here. And they got kind of pissy about that. Sooner than later, Mike says, yeah, you don't sound too brokenhearted. Now, I'm not a gigantic Alabama fan either. I just, picked the one I liked the least, and Oklahoma's it, I remember the butthead coach from Oklahoma that I never liked. What was his name? Named after a cigar or something? Who tried to coach, won a Super Bowl for Dallas, and he didn't do anything. What was his name? Barry Switzer or Swisher? Switzer Sweets Barry or something like that. So, never been a big fan of them. But we'll see. Tomorrow's a bunch of games, a bunch of football games. But yeah, so we had people kind of get bent out of shape because they said, I'm sorry, but you guys got to ask Lorelai if you want to come over on the weekend and swim in the pool. You can't just show up. She lives here now. It's her house. You can't just bring food over and start grilling at my house. Well, I'm heading back to cleaning. Hopefully this will be my last weekend in the house. Later, everybody. Good luck with the cleaning. Do a good job so you get your deposit back. Do a good job. Because you got to get every dollar you can in this life, because dollars are small, weak, skinny, and hard to find. So congratulations once again on getting the house cleaned up and getting the new house. So that was some of our first drama with Lorelai being in America. Friends got pissy. Because I said, well, you got to ask Lorelai. If you guys all want to come over and swim, then you got to ask her. Wow. It's your house. I'm like, yeah, but she lives here now. We just had too many people around me that was spoiled. or acted that way. But not a big deal. But we got to do the baby shower the right way so we don't come across looking like, dollar store baby shower people, I guess. We are going to get some cheesecake, though. Maybe that's my motivation to do the baby shower, because I want some cheesecake. And Sam sells that box of 64 pieces of different types of cheesecake. They're little cheesecake bites, and I really like those. So I'm going to buy one of those. I might leave it in the freezer and not bring it out for the shower, but I am going to buy one of those. Because I like it. I like that. I like it. And you can eat them frozen. If you didn't know, you can try this. You can just go in and take the little cheesecake cube, pop it in your mouth. All right. Mike says, in all seriousness, David is the best looking man on the internet. Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Watch the crypto called XRP. There are ETFs for it called XRPZ over the next year. It's at a low point right now. Maybe 2026 can do well for you. Let me write all of those acronyms down. So first one is XRP. Whoops, P, not R. ETF. XRPZ. I'll Google that. I will. I'll look at it. We don't have much money to invest on the side, but, I don't mind doing a little bit of money here and there. Because I'm trying to get us a bunch of money set aside so that we can pay movers to move us to Alabama when we go. And then, of course, I got to pay for Lorelei's birthday, the baby shower. And then Lorelei wants to go on a cruise next year to Europe. So I don't know how I'm going to afford all of that. I really don't. Not financial money, but look into it. I know you got a big disclaimer, right, Mike? I give no financial advice. I give it all the time. I give free financial advice. And here it is. Mike, can you guess what it is? Pat, can you guess? Give me your money. The best financial advice I can give you is send me all of your money. So, but I'll look into it. I got some Vanguard stuff that I'm going to be adding to next year. They upped the limit in my Vanguards, by a couple $1,000s. So I got to look to see if I can bump that up. Yep, the $5 million goal. I was telling my brother today, we were talking about my $5 million goal. And, look, I am an e-beggar. I'm e-begging for $5 million. And yes, I could e-beg for $5. But maybe I'll get lucky and somebody will give me the $5 million, then I don't got to e-beg anymore. One and done. Pat's washing the dishes. Good. Ooh, don't do that. Don't do squeaky in my house. Shit. I woke her up. Damn it. Squeaky will wake Lily up. Wherever she's at in the entire state. Crap. I hear her coming in here going, did I hear what I think I heard? ZRPZ is from Franklin T. Franklin T or Franklin Mint? All right, Franklin down. I use Vanguard and Charles Schwab a lot, or the only two I really use. Templeton, yes. I don't know. Could be part of the Mint family, you never know. Yeah, we got a whole bunch of these because, see, and I got one out for Christmas. So we're going to cut one of the stuffed animals. I don't know where they're at. And Lorelei's going to put one of these in it that doesn't have one of these. And then she'll sew it up. And then it's a present for, who. And then who will literally take about 30 seconds. She'll rip that animal apart, dig this out, and then rip this apart. So, yeah, it's a Fidelity like Charles Schwab. Yes, I like Charles Schwab. I have good luck with him. Oh, I've done that. I've done that. She'll go ape shit. I mean, her and Daisy both would go ape shit. So Lily more so than Daisy, but yeah. And so we actually bought, I don't know, like a gross of these for about $12 one time, a long time ago. So we just stick them back into the toys that she tears up and sew them up and then give them back to her. But yeah, I did that in my shoe, in my Skechers sandals, right under my toe, and because I can walk and not flex my toes, and I would walk a little bit, and then I would, so, but it saves us money. It saves us money. So, but I got it out because we got some toys over there that Lorelai's going to give Lily for Christmas. I need to go to the store and buy her a pig's ear or a bone or something, and she'll like that. So we got to take care of Lily for her Christmas. We got to take care of my dog named Lily. Yeah, we do that. Lorelai's better at it than I am. But we got a lot to open under the tree. I got a present for my buddy. He needs to come by and get it. I didn't get Mike a present, or Tim, or Pat, or anybody else. But I get it. What's weird is, look, and they're all wrapped up, so, well, I don't know where it is. But I get a lot of these air pumps sent to me, which is weird. I have so many air pumps that it's crazy. So, what they are, they're about the size of this, maybe a little bit bigger, and they're a little air pump. They're run off of a USB, and they're really powerful. They can go up to like 80 PSI. So we've received probably 6 or 7 of those over the last couple of years to try out. So we got one, and we got one in Lorelai's car, one in my truck, 2 out in the garage, and I've given the rest away. Loan you the land in the Philippines for 20 years. No, thank you. I could charge you $20,000 a year to look at it. Might be all right. But we got to come back in 27 and start thinking about what we want to do. We do. We need to come back in 27, and we're going to look at a vacation home or just doing nothing. I don't know. Could rent you one of my condos in Florida, but they're all booked. They all have long-time permanent residents in them. So can't do that. I guess you can build a Nipa hut on my land if you want, or a little but I get to keep the house, So don't want Florida. Boy, I do. They're working on passing the no real estate tax in Florida. They're working on that. So it's getting close to what they've decided in Florida is if it's your primary home, then you don't have to pay a homestead, your own home. You won't have to pay property tax on it. They're hoping to get it on the ballot for next year. And 60% of the population has to vote. Now, don't think I need an air pump? Yeah, it's for like bicycle tires and car tires. You can also use it as an air cleaner for like, did I ever show you guys that other thing I got? Where is it? I'll show you something I got the other day that's really badass. I got a gun. I got an air duster gun. I'm gonna show you. This is really cool. A lot of these things I sell because I don't need them. Companies send them to me. I get rid of them. But check this out, guys. I got to remember how it works. Lights up. Check this out. Almost blew the camera over. Isn't that awesome? And it comes with a bunch of different nozzles. Isn't that cool? Man, just think if you were outside in your car cleaning and a cop pulled up, he would have thought you had a gun in your hand and shoot and kill you. I think in the Philippines we decided to move from this paid-for house, probably just rent somewhere, since I usually can't own land, you cannot. So I agree. But this is really cool. If you guys ever think about getting one of these, this thing is cool. Very cool. Rechargeable. Has a carrying bag in it. So I had a company send this to me a few months ago. And a lot of times what they want me to do, if you guys, I mean, a lot of them want me to review it, but I have a lot of these companies that say, can you try to break it? You know, they look at my background, you know, being an OSHA guy, a safety guy. So I get a lot of these companies saying, can you see any defects with this? Any problems with it from a safety standpoint? So I get a lot of that. And that's why this happens. It was loud. It is loud. I have my external Bluetooth speaker turned up. Nice. Well, I think, look, you know, if you get bored of where you're living at or whatever, you know, move to somewhere nicer. You know, this is what I believe in. I believe, look, if you want to live somewhere, you know, or do something different, get something nicer. You don't gotta, you know, I mean, there's a lot of nice big houses in the Philippines that overlook the ocean or the mountains, and, you know, they got enough room for everybody, and you can hire the maid to live in, and, you know, I mean, that's what my vision was, we were gonna go there and buy one of those. But Lorelai's vision was, no, we gotta build one of those. Shit. So, because I just wanted to go buy a house, a big house, and be done with it. But we don't know what we're gonna do on the land. We don't. But we need to go back in 2027, make sure the deed is all recorded correctly, and get all the paperwork, or she does. And then figure out whether we're gonna look at the neighborhood, the area, the new mall that they put in, the other things going on in that part of the community. Decide if we like it, if it looks good, if we're gonna do anything or gonna do nothing, because we may choose to do nothing. So my new projector is gonna be Bluetooth mic. That's coming tomorrow, maybe this Sunday. I'll be able to have time to play with it. But, you know, but what part of the Philippines are you wanting to move to, Mike? I don't think Tim has any intentions of moving anywhere. I think he is rock solid in his location. You know, I think Tim is in good shape. Pat is happy to go anywhere in the Philippines that there's a pretty Filipina. So Pat's busy washing dishes. Pat says, see, yes, you're right. I am happy to go anywhere there's a pretty Filipina. A pretty Filipina. They all think they're pretty. I do. Who was I talking to the other day that was having a problem with their woman? I was talking to somebody the other day. A guy messaged me who's living in the Philippines with his Filipina longtime girlfriend. They never got married. And I guess they're getting older, and he's had a little bit of health issues. And she is starting, which is abnormal, but starting to show signs of either wanting money now or not wanting to take care of him, even though they've been together a long time. Tim says, when I was a child, I lived next to a quality control tester for Fisher Price toys. Cool. Told me to break them, let them get the broken parts so they could build it better. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these companies, they really do send me stuff and say, look, well, some of them, it's like this projector. The company reach out to me, they kind of think I'm still a teacher or a consultant. So they're sending me a product that I would use in my classroom and or in my consulting business is why they're sending me one. So I'll put it through its paces, and so they want my review from that point of view. But I do get companies that send me stuff and say, hey, look, we're just looking to see if there's any possible, yes, it's gone through Underwriter Laboratories, and it's got the UL stamp on it, but with your background, so to speak, can you use this and tell us if you can foresee any risk management type issues with these products? And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. Well, I've been having China, Vietnam, and Singapore Asian ladies chasing me the last few weeks, online phone calls, and it's all in person and the video calls. All right. Ready for the Philippines. I see no need to leave or move here for now. Paid for the place and bills are all very minimal. All right, I wouldn't leave either. Still paying for my bills in the U.S., which we've talked about before, Mike. Maybe in the future I can see making a change or a move. All right. Yeah, Pat, you got to watch out for the scammers, the China, the Vietnam, the Singapore ladies, Pat needs to let his monster out. He does, right? He's got to get it loose. Foot loose in the Philippines. Right on. Yeah, so you got to be worried about those. I think what I mean by that, Pat, is I think there's unless you're in Japan, like stationed or living there in business, or Singapore or Hong Kong, or unless you're in those countries, living there, working there, I think your best chance not to get scammed is hooking up with the Filipina. Even though I know a lot of the Filipinas are scammers, I think there's less of a chance, the ratio, there's a better chance of you finding one that's not going to scam you like a Chinese girl would or something. Yeah, we don't want Pat to be scammed. Pat knows all about it and has history. He does. He has a lot of history with the Philippines. I don't need another scammer that's for no, yes. And Pat's good at being confident in that, I agree, and we've tried. The problem, Mike, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm very not happy with a lot of the Filipinas. Because we get Filipinas that say, hey, can you introduce me? Or even Dennis has shared girls, and then they go, oh yeah, I really want somebody, but then they don't. It's kind of like, oh, well, we don't think Pat has enough money, or David has enough money, or whatever, so we're going to be looking for somebody better. We're just going to keep looking for somebody better, because we think our V card is so powerful that we're going to be looking for somebody better. What they don't understand is they're never going to find anybody that way. Or if they do, they're going to find somebody that doesn't want to marry them. So it's kind of like, what are they wanting? And I can't figure out what the Filipinas want right now. I can't. It confuses me. Tim says, I thank goodness I didn't have any bills and I moved. Moved from the States, absolutely. Yeah, when we moved to the Philippines, we didn't have any bills either. We didn't leave anything in the States. Well, we had this house being built, but we had it set up to be a rental property. Don't use dating websites. Yeah, he does like to use the religious one, which I don't think is the end of be all. But I would agree. But I don't. But my point is, I would normally agree. Don't use dating websites. Meet somebody through friends. But shit, everybody we're meeting on the internet now or through people, I don't know what's wrong with them. I'm like, okay, I'm almost at that point of saying, Hell, just go to the internet and find one on the dating website, because at least those are, maybe will follow through. It used to be stability, correct? I had a stone block 3-bedroom house in Negros, Philippines back in 2017, lost it to scammers. Yes. Yeah, you got hustled on that one, Pat. You learned a big lesson there. Maybe not due to social media. So much of them learn to take advantage of people. I agree. It's changing. Social media has changed that. And we still get girls message, and Lorelai has a real habit of now just telling them no. Nah, we don't know anybody, because we don't believe that you're going to follow through. If I'm going to introduce you to Pat or James or Mike or Tim or Billy or Jimmy or Billy or whatever, then I expect you to at least put forth some effort into it. If I'm willing to say I vouch for these people, I expect that Filipina to give it a run for its money. And when they blow it off because they're looking for somebody better, or somebody else starts talking to them and they jump ship, I'm not liking this anymore. Pat says he got scammed out of the money. Yes, a lot of money. Mike says, yes, maybe. So I don't know what you guys think. I just don't like the scamming. And I don't like the men scamming the women either. We've talked about that. There's a lot of guys out here that are scamming girls too. Yes. Tim is right. Tim, I think from my perspective, you need to have some girls lined up to go meet. I don't think it's a great thing to go raw, so to speak. Just unless you're a young man and you're healthy, then you can show up and just be a wild man. But if you're older like Pat with health issues, you kind of need to have an action plan. Somebody that you're going to get to see and visit with and see if it works and if you can make something happen out of it. Pat says, plus $10,000 got scammed and she spent it. Yeah. We don't try to put forth any effort in hooking people up, but sometimes it was serious. And I certainly have many talks with Venus and each one. Well, and we've done all of that, and we don't mind letting people meet on Facebook. I do it all the time. Look, here's so-and-so. You guys take it from there. The odds are slim, but there you go. Because you just never know. There might be that one time that it works. But 10 years ago, it wasn't this way. If I turned a guy onto a girl or a girl on a guy, they actually worked at it. But now it's like, yeah, never give money. Never give it again. That's right. When you go to the Philippines this next year, you got to be healthy and protect your wallet. Pat, I can hold your money while you're here. Me too. Just send it to my house. I'll hold it while you're in the Philippines. And Lorelai can e-cash you or cash app you, when you need $10. Exactly. But he knows you're joking, Mike. So I think it's crucial for everybody to, I don't know, I guess I don't have a good answer anymore. But I agree with Tim, boots on the ground is always best. And I'll give an example, if he doesn't mind. I know he's not in here. But like Ronald, our good friend, the professor, he went to the Philippines with his eyeball on this girl, and that didn't work, and so now he's with a different girl. So nothing wrong with that. But at least in the beginning, he had a target, right? Missy's channel's back in the house. Good to see you. How are you? How are you doing? What's going on? Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. I wonder what she thinks about dating and online dating. Do you have an opinion, Missy's channel, about dating or online dating or anything? So, and I think that's okay. It started going downhill about 6 years ago. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Tim. I agree. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday today, December the 19th, or maybe the 20th, wherever you're at. Happy birthday. Everybody say hello. Happy birthday. I don't date at all? Well, no, I understand that. You may not date at all, but what do you think about dating? You know, from your perspective, what do you think about? I mean, you may not eat alligators, but you might have an opinion on alligator eating. Hello, Mrs. Happy birthday. Everybody say hello. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I think each to their own. People should use caution, I guess, is what word would say. Yeah. Yes, caution is good. You got to take everything with a grain of salt. Until it's proven, it's not proven. Until it's documented, it didn't happen. Happy birthday to you. Can we ask your age? No, we won't ask your age because that's kind of rude. Can we ask your age are you like in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s, 110s, 120s? Do you have a window for your age? Oh, I saw that earlier. You said, no, I'm years old. So that makes you 2,188 years old. I think all 4 Filipino friends are already married or in serious relationships. Yes. How old do I think you are? Let me look. I'll tell you. Let me go back to your channel and I'll pull up your channel and I will tell you how old. I don't have a problem. Where is me? Where is David? Where am I? I got to get way over here. Let me see. Let me see. Gotta get this other window open. Dennis, arm candy comes in all shapes, sizes, and ages. No, they all got to be beautiful, but they can be in all ages. Everybody say hello to Dennis. Go to the channel. Well, since I don't really see any pictures of you, that's kind of a hard thing. I think this is you, right? I see the dog a lot. If I'm going to have to guess from what I think is you, Missy's channel, which has 3,970 subscribers, 4,000 videos. I would say this one's 5 months ago. I would put you at 45 years of age. 45 years of age. Looks like a gaming channel. Hello, brother Dennis. Pat says, Mike Venus is young. AC comes in all ages. Yes. Mike likes them young. Dennis likes them just pretty. So, most everyone is younger than me. You got that right, Tim. Yes, my shorts playlist features on my homepage. I know. Hello, Dennis. I'll say 17 years of age. Well, I would say I'm more than 10 years older than that. So, okay, so you're 55. I said 45, so, you know. Dennis, Pat, Tim, Mrs. Pack, everybody. Hello. Mrs. Pack will be here shortly. I'm trying to do a late live so she can be on, and she has to make biscotti and stuff later. So we're going to be on a live stream for quite a while tonight. I think she's going to make it tonight because she usually doesn't get up early enough to make it. She has to be at the party at 12:30. Well, you don't look a day over 21. How's that, Missy's channel? It's her birthday, by the way. I just turned 31 myself, so I understand. Yeah, maybe 30. Yeah, I wouldn't say, I really wouldn't say that you look over 45. I mean, I really mean that. I mean, Dennis looks, good for his age too. Tim looks his age. Mike looks way older than he is. You know, Pat looks older than he is. Pat, you look older than you are too. I look younger than I am, you know. So Mike says maybe 30. I'm getting in the live mood. I quit doing lives and doing premieres because of audio issues. Okay, huh. But I think it's a dual audio that is the issue. So what was happening? Were you having feedback? Did you have too many windows open or something? David is 131. Man, if I'm 131, I look pretty damn good, I gotta say. Right on, Pat says. We could make Pat look younger if we tried. So, Dennis looks good for his age. So, if I don't have have my gaming audio on and my mic on, I think it'll be okay. Yeah, you can't have both. You can't have double mics. So, on the weekends, I will live appear during next week. Okay, nice, nice. Yeah, you can't have two microphones at all. It just doesn't work. Mike says, I am 74 years old. How old do I look? You look 89 years old, you 74-year-old. Oh, wait. That's a 5, not a 7. Oh, sorry, Mike. Sorry, man. I think I look a little younger than I am. I think you look your age, Tim, to be honest. I think you're real close, you know. No, it's garbled when I sue my mic and have Sim's audio in the mix. The mixture of audio is garbled. Yeah, okay, I get it. I've tried to do some of that too. I've tried to do some of that and it didn't work either. I get a weird, not really an echo, but I get a weird, something weird. I've tried to do some of that and it doesn't work too well. Now, it may not be as advanced as yours, but it didn't seem to work that well. And I don't know how to do gaming channels. Yeah, Mike is saying mute one of the mics. You got to mute one of those. Or mute the speakers in one of the devices. Yes. So it's kind of like I got, you know, my Yeti mic here that I use for the desktop. But on my iPhone, when I'm doing this, I'm truly just using that. And I don't play a lot of sounds and stuff. I don't know. I try to keep it simple, I guess. Not two mics is my Sims audio game that plays when I'm gaming using my mic to talk. Many gamers do this, but the software dual audio is garbage and I can't fix it. Okay. Where's your audio engineer? Your studio professional when you need one. See, the gaming, I don't use a mic. It has its own audio. Right. So, but can you not turn down the gaming and just kind of do if you're going to do a voiceover, or do people want to hear the game? So people want to hear the game, the action, and then they want to hear you talk, right? Like, oh shit, I just got killed. Somebody killed me. Man, it sounds complicated. Oh my goodness, didn't think I looked 65. I think you look right at your age. I think you look good for your age, but you look your age. You know? Okay, but it kills the game. Mike says, you know, I am enamored with that David guy who's our host. He is the most impressive young man I have ever ran across to on the internet. Wow, he's a good guy. Well, thank you, Mike, for the kind words. I look older than my age. Yeah, you do. But don't feel bad. 90% of the population look older than their age. But to do premieres, it's a lot of editing, rendering, uploading time, and then YT process. But audio is much better. I agree. I do a lot of that. I have video editing software. I make a lot of videos, and I do some premieres and stuff. And I've done some premiere that turns into a live stream and things like that. So I've gotten old, and I want to just keep things simple. So that's why I like to do live streams like this, or I use StreamYard, you know, and just make, Mike says, oh yes. Missy's channel says, I like the background, blah, 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 the background sketch. I saw the movie David today. It was great. Did you? All right. I think I looked older when I lost weight, honestly. Yes, I agree. So do you like this sketch or this one? Or the Jollibee one? We had that made, and some poor girl, art student in Texas, was trying to make some money, and I think I paid her like $40 for that. I mean, I could do that, but, you know, she was a student and needed some money, so helped her buy, you know, one sheet of paper. Another thing about the live stream is that you lose the watch time while it's processing after you end the stream. Okay. All right, I didn't know that. Imagine's in the house. Can I get a timeout for 24 hours? Sure, if you want one. All you got to do is do a super chat, and I will time you out for 24 hours, if that makes you happy. Just give me a super chat, and I'll take care of you, buddy. Can I see the smaller one? Sure. The big one, the smaller one. Oh, I can't see the smaller one, so it has to be the bigger one. Okay, I was just told that I look my age. Well, you act your age too. That's the good thing. Who did the big one? I did. I did this one. What that is a picture of my wife and I in Aruba. See if I got it. And I used a software program to turn it into a pencil sketch, a colored pencil sketch is what I did. So I'll show you on this. So this is a picture of us in Aruba, and that's our cruise ship. So was a real picture. I turned it into a colored pencil sketch, and then I had somebody give me a $75 coupon, or not a coupon, a gift card to this place that makes banners, and I used it to make this. And so I uploaded the image and made the banner and had it sent to me. So that's what I did with that one. This one, a little bitty one, was made in Texas by some art student who needed some money. I'll show you. That's supposed to be a fedora hat, which it's not. And that's Lorelai when she had blonde hair. So we were down in Texas. But I could tell she needed money, you know. And being an old college professor, I could spot those poor students from a mile away. So I didn't mind giving her some money. Image, if I super chat you, will you pay you to get, if I super chat, I will pay you to get timed out. Yes, exactly. If that's what your wish is. If you want to be timed out, you personally, then you have to super chat me. Otherwise, you're stuck with this. But that's what I do. That's what I did. Lorelai's not a big fan of this, to be honest. It's not, you know, this is a long day. We were in Aruba. It was a long, hot day. And we did a lot in Aruba. She's not real pleased with this picture. So she's like, I have no clue why you chose that picture to do that to. And I'm like, well, I look good. I mean, look, I look pretty good. So, but it's not one of her favorite pictures by any stretch. But that's what husbands do, right? We pick pictures. That's what that is. And I should do it again, to be honest, but, you know. But we've traveled a lot, and we've taken pictures everywhere. It seems anyway. I'm trying to find the original picture here. Crap. I want to show you the original picture if I can find it real quick. It's in one of my external drives. Man, we got so many freaking pictures. But I got them in a folder called cruise ships. Where did it go? I haven't got it in here. Ah. We went to Aruba. We had a lot of fun in Aruba. Aruba was one of the best cruises that we ever did. I thought it was in 2023. I was organizing my stuff the other day, and I think I over-organized my folders. It's got too many. Oh, that's the wrong drive. No wonder. We got so much videos and pictures that I got like 4 terabytes of storage that's filled up. Everybody said hello to Dippa. Good to see you. Thank you for the likes, the thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. How are you today? What's going on in your part of the world? So good to see you. There it is. Everybody said hello to each other, by the way. There we go. I found them. Now I just got to find them. I've been trying to clean up my folders and get rid of stuff. Trying to get rid of a lot of the redundancies. So, there they are. All right, I'll show you some of our Aruba stuff. That way you can see how tired we got and why we both look kind of rough. Thank you all for the thumbers uppers. All right, let me get you down here. See, this is the outfit I was wearing and she was wearing. That's us in Aruba. Aruba video. Don't know what that is. That's Aruba. We loved Aruba. We had a really good time. Mrs. Jen, cool. I'm going to go maybe do a live myself with some Sims. Maybe I'll just show some mods and mute. There you go. There you go. I should have used that picture. That one might have been better. But you know how us men are. We just do what we want. Those are our free drinks. There you go. There's one of the ships. I don't know. There's Aruba. See how many pictures we have? See, it's one of those after a long day of being out in Aruba. So I should have used a better picture, but I chose not to. So it's my fault. Woo-hoo. All the good food. Drink, toast one. Yes, Patrick says, wow, that's cute, Missy says. Never been to Aruba. Aruba's great. I'd love to go back. It's been our favorite cruise destination. See, here's those pictures. There's me. I had my walking boots on. I had a ankle surgery. So that's why I look so rough, because I had ankle surgery. I love Aruba. That's our cruise. We're back now. I think it was one of these pictures. See? Like that one maybe, or that one. It was one of these. So it's after a long day in Aruba. All right. If you get a chance, go to Aruba. We enjoyed it. Loved the cruising in Aruba. All right. Looks delicious. Yeah, the food was good. It was good. So Missy's going to go do a live stream, she says. I think she says she's going to do one myself with some Sims. Maybe just show some mods and mute the Sims audio. There you go. Drink toast, looks this. It was good. We like Aruba. Deepa's in the house. Depa's in the house. Is it Depa? You think it's Depa or Deepa? I think it's Deepa. Deepa, I don't want to say your name wrong, but thank you for being here. Everybody give her some thumbs up for being here. Oh, let me get back to where we were. There you go. Well, that's where the picture comes from, as you can tell. But it's not one of Lorelei's favorites. We have so many pictures. I mean, literally thousands upon thousands of pictures all over. So much that, like I said, I got 6 terabytes that are full storage of videos and pictures of Lorelei and I doing activities. And that's not including the YouTube stuff. That's all the raw footage and the raw videos. But here lately, I've been going through and cleaning up and deleting a bunch of them. I'm kind of like, I just don't know how much of that do I need, for storage. So that's what I've been doing with that. Oh, let me turn this off. We're going to take a walk. A Reuben sandwich. Turn my little fan off. Let's go for a walk, everybody. We're going to go into the other room for a little while. Ugh. I don't really like Reuben's. I like corned beef, though. See, we have lots and lots of pictures. And this is just a small section of all the places we've been. Yeah, look at that guy. Doesn't that look like a supermodel? Yeah, I got those for $3. They were on clearance at Walmart. And they're like $17 regularly. And I do outdoor live streams. And my battery and my phone get overheated when I'm outdoors. So I thought I would buy them for that. Because I have to use a mobility scooter a lot. So I can connect it to my handle. And then my dog Lily, who's crippled, I take her on we have a baby stroller that we put Lily in and we take her for walks. And a lot of times I take Lily in a stroller and I drag her behind me on a mobility cart. So I'm kind of dragging her along. And she doesn't get too hot, but I thought I could hook one on the baby stroller in case Lily gets hot. Because we do take her everywhere. My dog. And then there's Santa Claus and Lorelai's tree, by the way. So yeah, $3 is a good deal. So I got 4 of them. And I'm going to keep 2, and I'll probably give 2 away as gifts. Tim says, I had sloppy joes instead of biscuits and gravy. Nice. You okay, Lily? What's wrong? Well, come on. Get up here. Come on. No, nobody's here. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that too, Tim. I'm going to have to look up the sloppy joe thing and make some. I want to make some beef tips and noodles. So, like a brown gravy, and I've been craving that. And I don't like to eat beef. I don't like the taste of beef. But for some reason, I've been craving like beef tips with mushrooms and egg noodles. So we're all going to make that. And then I need to make some mung bean soup. I like mung beans. I'm going to make some of that. 5-foot Santa. That's it. That's her 5-foot Santa. There's Lorelai. There's Lorelai. Oh my God, my wife is here. Everybody run and hide. Try making sloppy joe into meatloaf, or sloppy joe meatloaf. I got you to put the seasoning. Yeah, that might be good. I could see that. I could see that. I could. All right. I guess I could see it in hamburger patties too then, right? Lorelai's home. You can hear Lily going crazy. Yes. Garage door opening. So here she comes. Here she comes. Another garage door notification. Another notification. Every time the garage door opens, I get 3 notifications. So every time it opens and closes, I get 3 notifications. Gonna go have a great weekend. Thank you. We will. Good luck with yours, and hope you get things worked out. Happy birthday, by the way. Where's the wife? Where's she at? There's Lily. There she is. There she is. She's hiding in the laundry room.
Hey, hold on. I'm doing the...
What are you doing?
Hold on. I'm removing my coat.
All right.
I know.
She's got to give Lily a little tea. I was talking on the phone. That's what she's doing. She's got to make biscotti tonight, I think. Our laundry room's not that big, everybody. Everybody say goodbye to Missy's channel, by the way. There she is.
Hi.
There she
Give me a second.
is.
I'm gonna pee.
Well, don't do it in front of them. Do it in the bathroom. It's not the Philippines, you know.
Wow. You think I don't have a bathroom in the Philippines?
Well, I've seen a lot of people peeing in the streets, so.
Me? I don't have a bathroom? I'm talking about me.
Oh, I don't know about
You're
you.
talking with me.
I don't know. I don't even know your name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, troublemaker. Troublemaker. Hi, Mrs. Pack. Tim says hello to you. Pat says hello. Mike says hello, but he went to sleep. Gcash. I think we're sending money to the Philippines tonight. I think that's another thing we got to do, is send some money to the Philippines. For something, I don't know what, but I heard Gcash, and that usually means Chica Old Noon. I don't know who that is. We've got a lot of new subscribers lately. So I got a lot of people watching our content and leaving comments. I'll go back and watch them. Dennis was here earlier.
Lily.
They were looking at your 5-foot Santa. Sounds like she's yakking to the Philippines.
Give me a second, my dear. I'll do this thingy. I'm thinking is that I I'm making the sauce.
Yeah,
Cook the pasta tomorrow. Waiting.
yeah. It won't take much to cook the pasta. You want me to watch you make the sauce? You guys want to see Lorelai cook food? I gotta say, since she's here, she's a really good cook. I don't know. She's busy doing something.
Why the Wi-Fi is not?
Pat, you can send me the Gcash anytime you want. There you go. That's right. I don't know what she's doing.
Here.
Oh, I think she's sending birthday money. I think it's somebody's birthday.
No, it's for Christmas.
Oh, it's a Christmas present. I don't know. What's the name of the tea that you have? I have the, once again, Pat,
Morning,
this,
Panay.
this live stream is proudly brought to you by Lemon Brisk Iced Tea. 70 calories a can, no carbonation. Brisk Iced Tea, lemon flavored. It kind of reminds me of the C2 stuff.
Ako, kadiyot lang.
I drink a lot of it during the, I drink a lot of it.
Kaya ako sa gitay.
It's not very sweet, is one thing, but it only has 70 calories for the whole entire can, not a serving. And I don't like carbonation, so, you know. Pat, I'm hoping that if I say enough, this live stream is brought to you by Brisk Lipton Iced Tea, and maybe someday they'll send me some. Oh, you might have been thinking about C2.
Pwede sis, ipadana ko nimo 5,500, okay? 5,694.
Man, that's big money.
5,694. Kadali lang, ihatag nimo. Kadali lang.
You guys want to look at Lily real quick?
5,694?
Ako, screenshot niyo, may nag-comment. Give me a second, okay?
Yeah. Just waiting.
What you
Okay,
doing,
thank
Lily?
you.
They stopped selling it in Columbus? Wow.
The
I get it at Sam's Club. We get the big 30 pack at Sam's Club.
So may last name niya? May last name?
Ay, please. Alvarado.
No, dili, baka nung sender mo ba? Wala last name na ya, ha?
So we buy the big 30 pack at Sam's Club.
Pangutanan ako na ina mo na first name mo, last name? Mo
I'm not for sure how much it is, but that's what we buy.
Naka-registered ba?
You might be able to get it at Sam's or Costco's.
Ang iyahalang Gcash akong gipangayo.
The other thing is Walmart does sell it in a like a 12 pack and sometimes a 24 pack and a 2-liter bottle. So you can get it at Walmart, and if you can't get it at the Walmart, they could probably order it for you. You could probably order it on the Walmart and have it shipped to Walmart and pick it up versus having to pay for shipping. You know, that might work. Doing something like that. I mean, Walmart says, you know, that you can have stuff shipped to their store for free, right, on their website, and then just go pick it up versus paying Amazon to ship it. Because I don't know how much the shipping would be, because they're really heavy, you know what I mean? So, but we buy the 30 pack at Sam's Club, is what we get. And we buy our juice there too. I'll show you if you guys want to see. I got some apple juice. I don't know if you guys like apple juice or not, but man, we have found the best apple juice in the entire world. And I mean, I'm telling you, really good apple juice. And it's hard to find around here, but we did find it in the big jugs the other day. It's like $11. So we bought some. But I'll show you what it is. Let me show you the apple juice that we buy. And I love this apple juice. Here. You guys ever seen this brand of apple juice? I mean, it is really, really good apple juice. So this 1 gallon jug is $11 at Walmart. I mean, it's the real deal. I like it. I like it like that. You've seen it before, you think, yeah, Walmart carries it usually. Usually sometimes it's in a small jug. I like the big jug. Because I have a big glass of it. When I drink it, it's so good that you can drink a big glass of it, and it's really nice. You don't remember seeing that brand, Tim? It's a good brand, I'm telling you. You know, I don't normally like apple juice. I'm not a big apple juice guy, but this stuff is really good. I mean, it tastes like apple, just clean. It doesn't feel dirty. It doesn't feel sugary. It just tastes like good, clean apple juice. And I don't really like apple cider, but just good apple juice. I mean, it's crystal clear. Really good stuff. So we know a lot of people that drink it. And the big jugs are great. You know, you can find the little jug, you know, like a quart for like $5, but the gallon is $11. So I'd rather buy the gallon jug. Plus, I could drink the quart in a day if I tried. You know, that's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a container for me. So I like it. I mean, it's good. It's really good juice. So if you see it anywhere, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, because I looked at juices a lot. It's like Juicy Juice brand is the only juice brand that doesn't add sugar. And this doesn't add sugar too. So Juicy Juice is a really good juice brand here in America. But if you look at a lot of juices, they're not like, if you look at a lot of apple juices or pineapple juices or mango, it's not real. It's a whole bunch of other stuff. So this is apple juice. Pat likes tomato sauce or tomato juice. Yeah, I like the V8 juice. I drink V8. But I don't like it, you know, like the cranberry cocktail. You know, that's not cranberry juice, of course. It doesn't say it is. But, you know, there's so many different things. You get orange juice that has pineapple mixed in it. I would rather just have the juice. And this is truly just good old-fashioned really good apple juice. Because I like orange juice. Not all the time. I like all juices. But I want it to be, I don't know, just real stuff. I don't want a bunch of fake crap. That's how I do it. I don't know. But what are you going to do, right? But yeah, I like V8 juice. I like the regular V8 juice. I don't like the spicy. I do use V8 juice when I cook sometimes. I do. I've used it in noodles, and I've used it in making a marinade. Adding some things to it. So V8 juice is a really good product, I think. Low in calories, high in vitamins. And I like the little cans. They're only 50 calories, and that's about the right serving versus the bigger plastic container. So when I can find the small little cans, I buy those. And they're good. Very, very good. We try to, you know, eat a little healthy as we can. You know, it's extremely hard to eat healthy, right? And you can't do it all. If you're in the Philippines like Tim, it's easier. But
thank you so much. I'll tell him. Give me a second. Here's my husband.
How are you?
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
He said the amount is
Merry
each day.
Christmas. Advance Happy New Year.
Yes, I got to put up with Lorelai.
Thank you for sending me a money.
Oh, no worries.
I work overtime. And David don't want to give it to me. He said your overtime goes to your friend.
That's right. You're going to work overtime. You got to share it. Share the wealth. How are you doing in the Philippines?
So happy that
How are you doing?
She's surprised that Karen and Joy doesn't know.
very noisy here. I cannot hear.
Okay.
Go somewhere.
So they don't need to know.
Ha?
They don't need to know.
Yeah.
Ay, saka. Oh, palayo.
We're talking to one of Lorelei's friends in the Philippines.
Diri na ako pinag-ikot sa kanta. Oh.
Tim, I didn't know that.
Why my face is so good in there?
Where? Oh. Violent. Look at that violence.
See, you did that one. I want to kiss him, and he's like, you don't want to kiss?
Violence. Such violence in this house. How are things in the Philippines?
What? Unsa,
You
Lori?
can ask her.
Kumusta mo daw ang Pilipinas? Oh, she can speak English.
Hi.
I know, but you can't hear me.
Yeah. Okay na diri ba?
But the other girls don't need to know. You can tell the other girls don't need to know.
May manaagi ang bagyo.
They said they have a typhoon or something, blah, 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 blah.
They're having a typhoon wherever her friend is.
Ayun ang pagsabahan nila.
And her friend's not married, but she's not single. Pat, just thought of, you know. So,
Magluto lang
but it's somebody Lorelei's known since they were teenagers. And they had their first job working in the malls. So, Lorelei always sent her something for Christmas. Lorelei has 3 friends that she's known since they were like 18 years old. And so every Christmas, we send them each a little money to help them out for Christmas. So we do that. That's what she's doing at this one. And we don't tell the other, we tell them all, don't tell the other that you got anything. So they all don't know how much or what they all got. So we keep it a secret from them because one is just nobody's business.
That's how I keep my friendship.
That's right. So,
Oh, si Soto man niya. Uh-huh.
woo-hoo! I need one of
Ay,
those.
nakulang lagi nasa malima manakabuo.
I need one of those cocoa bars or those cocoa chocolate candy bars. 50 pesos.
Oh, sige, ito nga, anak, pag New Year, ah.
She has pointed lips so you can turn
Birthday,
away to
ikaw
look.
naman ka.
Well, yeah, Tim. Okay, I'm going to bring that up. Hey, Tim made a valid point. I'm going to point the good point. So I thought she was going to try to bite me. You know, I thought, she's coming at me with those jaws.
Kaya silang kare, di ko ako magpadala ng
Yeah.
birthday. Sabi ko, birthday, di ko na mo, magregalo na ako, maaway pa ko. Wala. Ay, nagsulti.
She's going to try to start cooking now.
Ay, may press juices na ipadadaan ko nimo. Ako ba wala ba ya?
Uy, pag saba-saba niya.
I'll show you. You guys can watch Lorelei for a
Hindi
minute.
mo mga anak, mamaayo, mangkod.
Nagana ba ito nga ako ang kanang gamutong na nalaoy so na kung tawag ni Mami Lori? O ano sa bisan ko patay ni?
Oo.
Daw ko diri gabi, gabi diha.
Oo.
Cloud9 chocolate. No, the chocolate bar that I like in the Philippines is the
Inyo no? Kanang nagpadala
Choco Moco. It's kind of purple wrapping.
sa una pa magiging sobra ko mag
It's kind of like, man, I love that damn candy bar. It's cheap.
Sa una, Romana, na wala pa napatay sa mga promo pa ta, mga libre ko, managan sila makanahati.
Yeah, Cloud9's okay, but I like the Coco or the Choco Moco one, the purple wrapper. And we can find them in America, but they run like $3 a candy bar. And what are they in the Philippines? Like 28 pesos? So I don't buy them here because it's like $3 a candy bar.
Mura man inindot sa tuwas sa itong mga friendship. Okay.
What's the name of that candy bar I like, Lorelei? The Choco Moco?
Yeah. Choco Mucho.
Choco Mucho, whatever. And Tim made a valid point, just so you know.
Maybe I'll change because this is gonna be.
Tim said that you pointed your lips for me to look the other way.
Whoa!
What he said. You pointed your lips, so I had to look that away.
No.
You were
I
giving me
want to
direction.
kiss you.
You're giving me direction to look a different way. You don't like that one, Tim? That one's my favorite. Of all the candy in the that's only in the Philippines or prominently there, that one's my favorite for some reason. But it's expensive here. I can find it online here And I can find it in my Asian store, but they want $3 or $4 a candy bar. Lawson's in the house. How are you, my friend? Hey, I am back. Chef Lawson, how are you? What are you up to, buddy? Everybody say hello to Lawson. Fine, outstanding young man he is. Whether he believes it or not, he is. How are you? We're hanging out late tonight. Every once in a while, we're going to do late live streams like this, and then normal time live streams. So we're glad you're back, though. Glad you're doing well. But my favorite candy bar, I guess, is really the milk one. I can't remember. Gosh dang it! I wish my brain worked well. You know, the one in the purple bar. It has like nuts and honey, or not nuts and raisins or cranberries in it. It's milk something. Milk something. Hey, Pat, I'm doing good. How are you doing? Pat says hello to you. Lawson, hello from Tim. It's real common. It's all over, but they sell it in the Philippines, but they sell it here too. You know, they got a bunch of different types, but it's like a big bar. Pat says he's doing good. God, I can't remember the name. Milk, not Milky Way, but Silky Milky. I don't know what it is. But those are my favorite candy bars. But they're flat like a Hershey's, you know. About this bar. About the size like this. You know. So Lawson, what have you been up to? How are your grades? What's going on in your world?
Naswatihan lang. Pag ingon nga gusto overtime ko, I'll take it.
Chocolate covered cherries. I like chocolate covered nuts really well. I like the cherries and the cranberries, but I really like chocolate covered nuts. But I don't know where my iPad is. Dairy milk. Thank you, Tim. Dairy milk. There you go. I love those. Dairy milk is my favorite candy bar, by far. And the one that has the cranberries and raisins and the nuts in it is by far my favorite. I love that candy bar. And you can get them here at our local Walmart. They're all over. So, but I used to buy them in the Philippines. But I really like that little, you know, someday when we come back to the Philippines, I'll get another candy bar. So, dairy milk is good though. But I like chocolate covered anything, pretty much nuts. I'm going to make some homemade cookies here real soon. I think I'm going to try to make Reese's Pieces, not Reese's Pieces, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup cookies. I'm going to try to make a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup into a cookie. My grades aren't too bad. Nice. I have a 3.0. All right. Right now, so I'm not doing bad on grades, and I've just been chilling on Christmas break, waiting for the big day. Big day is next week, a few days away, next Thursday. What did you ask Santa for this year? Are you going to get anything good for Christmas? Have you been good all year? You know, that's kind of the question. So, how long is your break? You go back on the 2nd? Excuse me. Oh. 3.0, it's not bad, but it's not great. I would prefer to see a 3.5, but, you know, you got another semester to go. You know. But yeah, what are you getting for Christmas? That's the key. Lorelai's going to start the cooking process. We'll spy on Lorelai for a couple minutes while she tries to cook. What are you laughing at?
Hey, Carrie said, look like, hey, do you have a maid there? And said, no, in America, it's expensive. He said, like, well, who's gonna clean your house is big. I said, well,
nobody. Look at it. It's messy. It's a joke.
Then when they said, like, if I'm not in a mood, I just throw shit away.
some coal and some spankings. No, I'm just kidding. I asked for some aviation stuff and some clothing. All right. Well, that's not too bad. I didn't ask for anything this year. I haven't been good enough to get on the good list. I'm on the naughty list.
Akong gibutan akong kuan no parang
Yeah. We wish we had a maid, don't we? I mean, yeah. Yeah, we wish we had a maid, huh?
yeah.
I mean, seriously. We won the lottery.
A cook and a maid.
Yeah, we won the lottery. The first damn person we're hiring is a maid. You know.
Nice guy, nice maid. In the Philippines, it's still expensive.
How much? How much for a maid in the
Naman
Philippines?
diha ang yaya diha sis.
Well, the houses are so small there, you don't need a maid.
Mapila man wala.
So what kind of aviation stuff did you ask for? See, I'm the type of guy, I don't ask for gifts for myself. I just ask for like world peace.
What's
That's
up?
what I asked for. World peace. Tim says, I just went to get a chocolate bar and someone took it from my freezer. Uh-oh, Tim. Who took it from your freezer? You're the only one that lives there. The only other person that comes by is the girlfriend, Tim. So
Huh?
you can't blame it on me. You know, I didn't sneak in and get the candy bar. What kind of candy was it, by the way? We're going to go to the store this weekend. I'm going to buy some candy. But I'm going to try to make Reese's peanut butter cup cookies.
Sa kuang kuan.
So,
Sa kuang pasta. Oh, kuan na siya kanang
see, I'm the type of guy, I don't ask for presents for myself. I just ask for world peace.
or beef.
No, I don't need anything for Christmas. I have so much crap as it is. You know, we're quite blessed. So we don't need anything for Christmas. We really don't. We're going to do a live stream on Christmas, though.
Kanina lang gigali bitaw.
Ask them some passenger plane models. Okay.
Tipid.
And military plane. All right. So you're into the models, which is cool. I built a lot of models in my day, but I'm more of a ship guy, not an airplane guy. But yeah, as a kid, I did airplanes, but I'm more of a boat guy than that. But that's cool. You know, get the hard one so it improves your skill set.
Meat. Pinatos man diri sis.
Tim pays less than $10K, so that's $200 a month for a maid. So that's not right, $200. $10K is about $200. So that's not too bad. Do they come every day, every other day? I would be okay with one coming every other day. So, I mean, but that would probably cost us $200 a day in America. I'm kind of a, like sailboats, old boats, you know, ancient stuff, pirate ships type of things. You know, cruise ships, you know, big steel boats too. Not really into the military stuff. Just stuff like that. I like historical type stuff. Tim says the girlfriend doesn't like chocolates, so he doesn't know who ate it. Tim, maybe you got up in the middle of the night and found the chocolate bar and you didn't know it. Maybe you didn't realize it. But I used to build semi-trucks too, models of semi-trucks, and that was one of my favorite things to do as a kid. No, Pat, you know, Lorelai and I both talked about this the other day. We almost bought some eggnog, but I reminded her neither one of us really like it. I mean, I can drink, you know, a glass at a party and I'll be okay, but eggnog's just not my thing.
Sa computer. Sa Facebook.
And Lorelai really didn't care for it either. So I've had it a bunch, being you know what I mean? But it's just not one of my big things. Aircraft carriers and building models with my that's cool. That's a good hobby to do, man. How is your ship in the bottle? It's still on the table. It needs to get finished. I've been dragging my feet. When the snow hits, I'm going to get in there and get it. So when I'm really locked in the house, I'll finish it up.
Online ka?
Pat says right on about the eggnog. So I would like to,
Bahala sila sis basta
what I would really like to do, if we had the room and I had the disposable income, I would want to build model railroads. I've always wanted to, now I don't have a lot of skill set, but I would really like to have a large room where I could build a model railroad and put a tunnel and mountains and a lake and make a little village and a train yard and all of those things and incorporate cars and things in it. Shit. $200 for 6 days a week, does the grocery shopping and the laundry. Wow. That's a steal. Wow. We would probably pay literally $200 a day to have one here. Probably $30 an hour, depending on how many hours she worked. If you ever went skydiving, I kind of want to be a skydiving instructor, but I really want to be a pilot. Well, no, but I've always wanted to. I would, my heart is bad, so the doctor says I can't skydive. But I would in a heartbeat. What I would tell you is, I got another friend that became an airline pilot. And I would, if you like flying, if you think that's going to be your thing, I would become an airplane pilot. And I would work my way up to where I could fly commercial jets. That's what I would do. If I was a young man with a career ahead of me in aviation, I would want to be a jet pilot, airline pilot. Now, you can get into the military service and try to fly in the military, and maybe that'll get you ready for the real world. But I know a guy that just went to aviation school, and he got hired on by Delta, and he said they start off with the smaller planes, and after a few years, he'll get to move up to big international stuff. You like the eggnog, but I don't want to make it. Yeah, I don't want to make it either. We just buy it at the store. He's flying for Delta right now. He's starting off at Delta. He's starting off with the small planes as a co-pilot. But he said within a year, he'll be a pilot. And then in a few years, if everything goes well, he'll be able to move up to bigger passenger jets. And then he said eventually he'll be able to go international. I like trains also. I had one growing up as a kid. Had the mountains. My parents got me. Ended up, you're getting, ooh, that sucks. Only 2 hours per day though. Well, it's all right. 2 hours. Cool. All right. 2, 3 hours. Yeah. You want to fly for Delta too? Yeah. You know, he's making good money being a junior pilot like that. His salary was starting off like at $80,000 to start, and that's $80,000 to go to the training. So he's got his license, he's certified, all of that. But Delta is sending him to a 3-month training for them, and he gets paid $80,000 a year for that. That's his salary, and then he gets bumped up once he starts actually flying. Why jump out of a perfect good aircraft? Well, Tim, it's because it's there, right? What else are you going to do with them? I would love to go skydiving. I've not seen, oh yeah, in America, it's all over the stores here. I mean, it just sucks. I don't like it. Maybe homemade would be better, but here, you should get it at Walmart, Target, anywhere you want to get it at. But yeah, I would jump out of a plane, but I'm one of these idiots that would do almost anything. You know, if I had the physical ability, I would be one of those guys that did eco challenges, that swam across rivers and climbed mountains and went caving and, you know, scuba diving in caves. I would do all of that if I physically could. I mean, I guess it's lucky that I can't because I'd probably be dead by now. But I would bicycle across country. I would do all kinds of shit. I just love it. But it's probably a good thing that I'm not able to do that because I'd probably be dead, you know. But yeah, I really like the extreme stuff. I have no problems doing the extreme sports stuff. But parachuting, hang gliding, parasailing, I like it. Pat says, I had offers from Delta needing servers, food servers and drinks last year. It was on Philippine Airlines. Okay. Question for you, remember anything from your algebra class? Oh God. And geometry class, because I think it's kind of useless. I'll forget. No, okay.
Unsa may kinilo imong gipasabot?
Here's what I'll say. And this is the honest truth.
Kinilong baboy?
I hated algebra. I did not do well in it. I hated it. Geometry wasn't that bad, you know, it was more interesting. But believe it or not, and I hate to say this, because in case there's any math teachers listening, I am shocked that I have used algebra, geometry in real life. So I know you don't think it applies to you now, but especially if you're going to go into be a higher level functioning human, like working in the aviation industry, you're going to need those math skills. I taught college, right? And I would have to calculate. I did a lot of calculation for parts per millions, right? And absorption rates. Came in handy all the time. I know it sucks, but yes, learn your math.
Tumamikit ulit kan sis.
Filipino guy says it's a good pay. I turned it down. Well, yeah.
Suman magit ulit kan me, oh.
Well, and Lawson, I will say this: you do forget it unless you use it. So, but when you start to use it, you just go look it up again, and go, yeah, okay. I refresh myself, and then I know how to do it again. Yeah, Pat. You know, I don't. Yeah,
Ulian na ka.
I know those companies that provide all of the food
Ayaw na ulit.
for the airlines. You know, it's big business, and they hire a lot. I've known people that have done it from our area that got jobs working in the airline food production.
Oh, di man na mawala daw.
And they make good money, and there was a good steady job.
Mo activate.
I don't know if I would want to do it, but it was a good steady job.
Activate, mo ilong.
When we were younger, my brothers and I were close to going to work on a cruise ship. My two brothers and I. And I kind of regret never getting to do that. But we almost took the job. We got offers, and something happened. We didn't go. But we got offers to go work on cruise ships. And I think back then, this is when I was young, I was going to work in the kitchen.
Pwede sila makakwarta.
But later on in my life, as a safety professional, I actually also got recruited, not recruited real heavily, but lightly, to go be a safety officer on a cruise ship. And then I also had Walt Disney World land, whichever one's in Florida. I had them reach out to me to come down and be a safety officer on their land, the theme park, because I had a friend that went there and worked, and she wanted to recruit me to come work there as a safety officer. And I thought about that. I thought about giving up my teaching job and going to Florida and working for Walt Disney World.
Then you don't meet your wife.
But I wouldn't have met my wife. That's right. So there you go. We didn't go. But I thought about it. And the money was good. It wasn't great. And it was,
Yung pera na sa pagawin to Florida.
and the reason I didn't do it was because it was a real job. As a college professor, you kind of work part-time. You work full-time, but you kind of got your own schedule. You can come and go as you please. You can work extra and get paid for it. You know, if you want to come in a little bit late or do this or that, you got flexibility. So I turned down a lot of jobs where I would have had to work 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, you know, real jobs. It's like working for Walmart. I turned them down because it's the same way. Paid me a lot more money, but then I would actually have to show up for work. So being a college professor was much easier, much better, much more simpler. So that's why I didn't do those. But the one in Florida intrigued me quite a bit. I really did think hard about that one. Because that would have been cool. It would have been a cool job to work behind the scenes as a safety coordinator. But, you know, like Lorelei just said, if I would have won, I would have never met Lorelei. Because it was probably 5 years before I retired that offer came across the table. So
May makupang ga, ano ko kamusta.
they hire a lot of people in that type of industry. Food workers, safety personnel, cast members, a lot of rules, a lot of policies that you gotta follow. But, you know,
May ilaron, makasimhot taon ko dots.
there's Lorelai talking on the phone, cooking biscotti. She's cooking her meat. See, look, there's Lorelai. And right there's her friend on the phone. Lorelai. When she moves her hand, you can see her friend on the phone, which is kind of funny. So I'm filming Lorelai live, talking to her friend live on the phone. What kind of world do we live in?
Kisay lang do. Kaya naman.
What kind of world do we live in?
Oh,
All right, my friends, I think it's time to wrap this one up for the night. I appreciate everybody. I'm gonna get ready to go to bed while Lorelai finishes up doing whatever she's doing. And she's got her big party tomorrow. So we appreciate everybody. Pat, Tim, Lawson, everybody that was here. Mike's probably asleep by now. We thank everybody for coming in. Thanks for all the thumbs up. All the super chats that we didn't get. That one guy promised and never delivered. You know, still looking for my $5 million. But Pat, take care. Tim, take care. Lawson, take care. We'll see all you guys later in the week. You never know when. Might do one Sunday. So let's take care, and we'll see you guys coming real soon.
oh, nga naingon nga di pa ba nun iyang uyab. Subukan ko pero iyang laki.